All right, folks, and welcome back in here to Clinton High School. We are just about ready to roll here in our boys' fifth place battle. We've got the El Dorado Springs Bulldogs getting ready to take on the Kansas City East Bears. And these two teams looking for their first win of the tournament here, coming in at 0-2. Both teams have had some tough losses. El Dorado, though, did lose a close one in their first win to Clinton, but KC East has been beaten pretty badly in their two first-round ball games. Lakland beat them pretty bad in their most recent game, of course, and then they lost their first-round battle as well. Lakland actually did get them in the first round, 67-52, and then in the second round they lost to Warrensburg, 66-47. So be curious to see how this game plays out. Two contrasting styles. This is a KC East team that's very athletic, likes to get up and down the floor, and can also get the basketball inside. They're not a great outside shooting team, and El Dorado, a pretty good defensive team, and they've got some kids that can shoot the ball from the outside with Collins and Robinson. So it's going to be, I think, a game here with the two styles that'll be interesting to watch and see. I'll be curious to see what El Dorado does on defense if they play a lot of 2-3 zone like they did the other night against Grandview, especially because El Dorado will be giving up a little bit of height in this ball game. So before we get going, I want to run down our sponsors: Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, the Landmark Restaurant, Jim Rasick, Hankins Grain, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Hobby Tie Modi Sports, and Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. Starting lineups tonight for KC East. Jesse Minter will start at guard, followed by number 4, Lonnie Snow. Then they'll have starting at the other guard, number 11, Logan Peavy, followed by number 34, Donnell Mosley. And rounding out the starting 5 for KC East will be Ivory Alford in there at 6'6", and Mosley in there at 6'5". So those are the two guys Eldo's going to have to be ready to contain here. Eldo starters tonight for Coach Joel Braden's Bulldogs. Preston Robinson will start at the guard, followed by number 5, Ian Esri, starts at the other guard. Clayton Collins is the third guard tonight. He's a junior as well. And then they'll have starting inside number 40, Will McKinney. So those are the starting 5 tonight for El Dorado Springs. So just about ready to roll. Final game of 3 here today to close out day 5, and the finale tomorrow with 4 ball games, a couple third-place games. Girls' third place will get going at 11, and then boys' third place after that. Then we'll have the 2 championships for you, first at 2 with the girls, and then at 3:30 for the boys. And earlier tonight, Harrisonville won 7th. They defeated Hogan Prep. And just a few moments ago, wrapping up, Odessa defeated Lakland on the girls' side of the bracket as well to win 5th. So glad you could be with us. Spencer Edwards alongside James Hinkle and Stacy Hinkle. Chris Ramirez as well. Glad you could be with us on here for our final game tonight, James. Not quite as late as we have been. Of course, we've had 3 days where we've had 9 o'clock starts for the last one, but here tonight a little earlier. So,
and thank goodness that none of those went to overtime.
Oh man, you and me both. So you'll be home maybe before your bedtime tonight then.
No. I go to bed kind of early.
You
actually
go to bed early and get up early.
Yeah.
One of those guys. So here's Alford here, first possession of the ball game, and a travel on Snow, and turnover number 1 of the night. El Dorado Springs will have it for their first possession. McKinney at point here. He's one of their big post guys, but they're actually playing with kind of almost 5 guards. They've got McKinney in the corner, not really as a true post. So they're just spreading them out, and here's a block. Nice play by Minter to block Robinson. And quickly the other way, here comes KC East. Alfred puts it on the deck into the paint. Missed the runner, though. Nice rebound by Morgan. And he'll throw it to the other end, finds Robinson.
I just want to do a quick shout out to all the people in El Dorado Springs that are actually watching on the El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce. Glad that we could work together here and get this streamed down to you guys.
Absolutely, as there's Lonnie Snow with the bucket, and KC East jumps on top 2-0. Back cut, almost had him. It was a right idea by Esri, almost got McKinney there on the cut, but Pass a little bit too far out of bounds for the turnover. So El Dorado lost 54-44 in a close one in their first game to Clinton, and that was a game El Dorado Springs actually led most of the game and into the second half, but Clinton came back late to win that.
Yeah, you know, that was an exciting game.
It really was.
Now, El Dorado Springs, I got friends down there, so I apologize to those guys, but I was really proud of the Clinton boys because they've only had one win until this tournament. So to come home and actually get a win at home, I can't help but tip my hat to Clinton there. That was kind of special for them, especially since last week was the court mat, which got extended, and then this week was Chiefs week, of course.
Yes. Yep.
Of course, we all know about them Chiefs.
That's right. A lot of red this week. A lot of red Patrick Mahomes jerseys here at Clinton High School for the special Chiefs Spirit Super Bowl week as we get to travel here. So all tied up at 2. Robinson, by the way, had that last bucket for El Dorado, but El Dorado actually lost their first round game to Grandview 64-42. So they've lost a blowout and then lost a tight one. And trying to take fifth here tonight at a steal. Pass a little bit too high for Morgan and stolen by Snow. And then he misses the layup, though. Nice job by Morgan to get back and challenge that. McKinney the other way for the Bulldogs. Oh, tried to cross over and lost the handle on it. Another steal. Peavy with the steal, and now a foul is called at the other end. And McKinney picks that one up. A substitution for Kansas City East, David Tobin.
You know, you look around the crowd tonight, and it was hard to tell who was rooting for who because everybody's wearing red.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you got the red seats and the red bleachers here as well in this gym, so it all kind of blends in.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a skip. Mentor. High post. Tobin looking underneath, nothing there. Good defense underneath for Eldo. They force the kick out, but KC East able to hit the big three as Donnell Mosley knocks it down. 5-2. KC East takes the lead. 5 minutes to go first quarter. Here's Escher on a dribble drive. Nice take, but a little too strong on the shot. And Mosley out with the rebound. Mentor for 3. Bottom. Nothing but net. Timeout El Dorado. So quick shooting start for Kansas City East. This is definitely the best they've shot it thus far in the tournament here in their first 2 games. And man, oh man, a couple threes here to make it 8-2 with 4:50 to go. I want to thank our timeout sponsor, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent Aaron Collins, here locally in Clinton. And James certainly can give you a good recommendation. I think you said that's who your policy is with. So
that is correct.
Appreciate Mr. Collins for his support.
Absolutely. You know, Kansas City, I don't know if you all know where Kansas City East is, but it's pretty close. You get a little close to the river down there. So those guys have been traveling all this way and not won. So I think they're coming out here playing a little hungry. And, of course, the score is kind of reflecting that.
Robinson left side. Yeah, Esri up there too. And, of course, both these teams hungry for a win. Coming in at 0-2 in the tournament. And typically, you know, it would not be a situation where both teams would be winless in a typical fifth-place game. But with a pool play bracket, which is what they had set up, for the boys' side, it means, you know, your fifth-place game usually taking place between 2 teams that are winless. As Robinson, gets blocked. Nice play by Snow to get the swat there out of bounds, but it'll keep it with El Dorado. And, yeah, a couple of the Kansas City schools have had to play the late game, too. I mean, Kansas City East played that late game the other night, and then Hogan Prep, of course, came down, played the late game. So they definitely have had the longest trips down here out of the teams that are in this tournament. And, again, only 3 schools have brought the boys and girls teams both in this tournament, including Clinton. So really just
Clinton,
2.
Warrensburg and Lakeland.
And Lakeland, yeah. So there's a nice backdoor cut. Wow, excellent job as Robinson gets it to go. And that was a great pass to him by Morgan.
You know, we were talking in one of the other games, and I can't remember which one, but This tournament has given all these teams an opportunity to play teams that they would not normally get a chance to play. I mean, here, El Dorado Springs playing a Kansas City team. How often does that get to happen? So, you know, they get a different look at some different players, different styles.
Nice shot fake there by Esri. Got the defender up in the air and gets the 2. So El Dorado's settled in here a little bit. They've cut it to 2 as they trail at 8-6. Moving that defense around. Inside, Snow. They double team him, forces the kick out. And Minter, nice pass inside. Heck of a catch by David Tobin, and he'll score it. But East is playing very efficient right now, and this is definitely their best start of the tournament. They've struggled to score points in the first 2 games. Here's Esri from outside, no good on the 3, and Snow up with the board. They're going to push tempo right now, favoring East. Peavy, left side. Mosley puts it on the deck. Missed it off the window, got it back though. Minter in the corner, little jumper off the dribble, no good. Tobin had the rebound, lost it, picked up by Morgan. Nice pass up ahead and a wide open layup for Collins. And it's back to 2. Boy, Morgan's made a couple great passes for Eldo. So good assist for Gavin, the junior. As we come up on the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Good pass inside. Boy, East really passing the ball well. Inside, especially as they get it in the low post, is Tobin with the finish. Morgan up top, drives to the right. And now Collins. Collins has shot the ball pretty well in the tournament for this El Dorado team, especially from 3. Gets a good pass in there to McKinney, couldn't quite finish it. Tobin the rebound to Mosley, to Minter, lob to Snow. Beautiful passing. And Snow finishes strong.
Actually going to hit a little replay on that one.
Yeah, that
was a really sweet play.
That was really nice. Really nice. So 14-8. East extends the lead. Esri dribbles around the screen. Nice take. And no good. Well, we got a really good flow to this one too, James. This is a good pace here. Not a lot of fouls, so you don't have a lot of stoppages. It's just a nice flow game as Snow misses. Minter out top now. Mosley for 3, no. And McKinney the rebound. I mean, this pace is great, man. It don't get any better than this. Here's a foul here. And nice job there on the steal, and an opportunity at the line coming up for Logan Peavy.
Foul number 25, Gavin Morgan, his first.
And Morgan with foul number 1, and that's just our second foul of the game on El Dorado Springs. And Chad Ramsey looks like getting ready to check in for the Bulldogs. And Trevin Garinger also going to come in for Coach Joel Braden. A lot of substitutions here. East going to bring in a couple guys as well. Hussein Mohammed is in, along with number 3, Kajan Boyles. Peavy second free throw, nothing but net. And the Bears extend the lead to 15-8. Collins with the dribble up top for El Dorado. And now kills the dribble, looking to get rid of it. Somebody got to come help him. And McKinney driving and a foul call. And Peavy picks that one up. And looks like Ivory Alford just came out. Going to come right back in, though, for Peavy, who checks out that foul. Collins, far boundary, going to get it into the backcourt. So final 37 seconds here of the first quarter. Oh, McKinney falls down. Somehow gets it back, though. Collins in the corner. Out to McKinney with 29. Poked away. East, really good defense thus far. Collins, tough. Step back 3. Bounces out, and it's tipped in. What a job by McKinney to tip that ball in. Athletic play right there. 5-point game. And a travel on Mohammed in the corner. We'll give it back to El Dorado. Final 8 seconds. Got plenty of time here for the shot. Collins looks up at the clock. Going to take a deep one and rattles out. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. And a good one, 15-10. KC East with a slight lead heading into the second. So we're hoping this one is a close one because our first two weren't so much. So
yeah. You know, the Lakland game really surprised me. I thought that would be a closer one.
Yeah.
And of course,
Odessa just played really well, though. You got to tip your cap to Odessa. I was telling Stacy, think about what they had to endure because they had the two closest They had the closest loss of the tournament. Then they had the closest win of the tournament, and then tonight they come out and they get a blowout win. So it's almost like they rewarded themselves by fighting through those first two games.
Yeah, but they did it against Lakland.
I know. It had to be Lakland. I know it.
Okay, I might be a little
and
biased.
You're not even from Lakland, but you
well,
tell me. I know.
You know what?
I know
my niece and nephew graduated there.
You have
I've got cousins that have graduated there.
Right.
You know, I've got nephews that go to school there now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. I mean, now
what
granted,
are you going to do tomorrow when we got Lakland boys and Clinton boys? See, that's going to be a tough one. And we were talking about that. You're like, I hope. You know, I kind of want them to play. We were torn because we kind of want to play because of our viewership is obviously here in this area.
Right.
But it's tough because, you know, we both pull for Clinton and Lakeland too. So it'll be a.
You know, I won't be calling that. It'll be you and Brian, I believe. So we won't have to worry about.
I guess not. Well, but you'll still be obviously here watching, so you'll have a rooting interest. So, but I guess you're undecided. Is that what we just leave it at that, or?
No, yeah, I'm undecided.
Undecided.
You know what? I want to see the boys on both sides improve.
Sure.
You know, I want to see Lakeland go deep. I wouldn't break my heart to see Clinton get a win.
Yeah.
And you know, have 3 wins in the season. So whatever happens, I'm going to be happy with both teams.
Right.
So
a win is a win. Kind of like Joe Montana said this Sunday, one of his teams will win. Of course, former Niner and Chief, Joe Montana. So
that's true. That's true.
Kind of a joke there that he cracked this week. So here's a quick 3 ball. Muhammad missed it. And back out of the rebound. They get a fresh possession inside. Good lob into Tobin. Missed it. Boyles missed the follow, and Robinson with the board. He's going to push. Well, he is quick with the basketball, and a foul is called. Got a lot of quick guys on this floor tonight as well on both sides. Both these teams an up-and-down pace right now. El Dorado trailing 15-12.
You know, you never did say who you were going to root for.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of like you. I mean, I'm basically like you. I'm torn as well, no doubt. But, you kind of are thinking record-wise, obviously Clinton needs the win far worse than Lakeland does. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have to be neutral, I guess.
Yeah,
we
both will.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, backdoor, nice pass as Garinger gets it to go for the Bulldogs, and they're right back into the ballgame down to 1 now. And, boy, a rocket pass in there, and it goes right to Ivory Alford, and he'll score it. Well, I think that went off the foot of Tobin, and Alford made a nice catch there and gets the bucket. So El Dorado still looking for their first lead of the ball game, but are right in it. This has been a very tight one thus far. About 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Robinson against the man-to-man defense. High post for Morgan. Robinson into the lane on the drive. Kick out. Ramsey for 3. No good. Oh, nice rebound by Morgan. That's a heck of a job pulling that one down. Kick for Garinger, looking for Collins. Morgan for 3. Good look at it, and couldn't quite get it to go. Rebound to Boyles. He'll push. Boy, both teams, they are not wasting any time getting up and down the floor as there's Tobin. But East, they are really passing the ball well. I mean, they're getting it into the post, and their big guys are scoring a lot thus far in this first half as they lead at 19-14. Collins spins to his right, cut off there. Back to Robinson in the corner. Now to Morgan. back cut was taken away there. Good defense by Boyles. So good defensive possession here for East, making it tough for El Dorado Springs to get a shot. Morgan, nice move. In the lane, couldn't finish. And the rebound to Tobin. East will push. And Morgan the steal. Robinson. And a foul is called. They're going to get Kajan Boyles for the foul. With 4:41 left to go before halftime. And that'll be his second foul. Fourth team foul on East. And we got, looks like a new 5 getting ready to come back in here for the Bears after this shot. Preston Robinson, junior guard. And this El Dorado team is loaded with juniors. They only have one senior on the roster. And the first free throw is good for Robinson. So Kansas City East going to bring in a new 5, it looks like. Collins and Ramsey going to come out for a breather here for El Dorado. And Robinson got the second. So 19-16 East on top. Here's a bad pass by Mentor, but they're able to track it down out to midcourt. No ball reversal. Now they skip it back to Mosley. And there's another good entry pass in the post. Snow missed, but got it back the second time and then draws the foul. So a nice follow for Lonnie Snow, but this is just a situation right now where Kansas City's using that height in around the basket, but their guards are dishing it really well to them. And they're getting a lot of high percentage shots inside. Snow misses the first free throw. Second one no good as well. Backdoor cut, Esri into Morgan. Good pass there, and Morgan will finish. Excellent pass by Esri. That'll cut it to 1.
And just like that, we got a ball game.
That's right. Well, it's been close all the way through.
It has.
Yeah,
it has.
But it's just been one of those games that neither team is led by more than 10.
You know, it almost seems like Eldo is trying to figure out how to play against their style of offense.
Yeah, El Dorado, they like to run too, and I've been pretty impressed how they've controlled the possession. Well, just as I say that, they turn it over. They got going a little too fast, and Snow puts it down with a dunk. And have to cue up the replay on that one.
Oh, yeah, and we did. There's the replay right there.
Awesome. Yeah, that was a big-time dunk for sure, and out of bounds off the missed 3. El Dorado will keep it.
You know, both Kansas City teams have, I think, dunked the ball in this
Yeah, I was about to
tournament.
say we've seen, that's, I think, maybe the 3rd or 4th dunk we've seen. I know the 6'7" kid from Grandview Christian, he put a couple down the other night against Clinton that were really impressive. One of them was a baseline where he drove baseline and put it down one-handed. It was the best dunk of the tournament. That one was pretty impressive as well. As we get a foul here, I think they're going to get Esri with the foul on Mentor.
We also seen some of those dunks that weren't so pretty as well.
Yeah, we have seen a couple missed
Yeah.
chances as well.
But, you know, everybody that's come down from Kansas City are tall. Grandview, shortest guy, 6 foot.
Yeah.
Like I said, they got, 2 guys that are 6'7"?
Yeah, they got 2 6'7s and then 2 6'6s that come off the bench. And then you've got the height, of course, for this Kansas City East team. Warrensburg has some height as well, though. I mean, they're right in there. They got a couple 6'6" bigs inside. Near steal here for Morgan.
Yeah, Warrensburg's they've got a little bit of size, but they're quick. They're really quick off the feet. And and you know, they're in the championship now, I think partially because of that.
Well, in Warrensburg, they play a totally different style than anybody else in the tournament. I mean, everybody else is pretty much up and down, run and gun. Warrensburg is more of a half-court team, old-fashioned. They run the back cuts. They have the high cross cuts as well that you see. and it's a more structured offense. It's not as loose, and that's going to be interesting to see in that matchup between them and Grandview, because Grandview's wide open, really athletic up and down the floor. And here's a nice move, but unable to finish his Broyles, but there's Snow to get the follow. So Lonnie Snow having a good first half. He's got 8 in the ball game to lead all scorers, and East has put it back up to 23-18. Robinson in the corner. Nice feed inside. Morgan turnaround shot, no good. And the rebound into the hands of Snow. Again, they'll push. I mean, we have yet to see either team slow a possession down. It's just full speed up and down all the time. And there's Snow for 2 more, so that'll get him into double figures with 10, under 2 minutes to play before halftime.
Yeah, these guys are wearing me out just watching.
Yeah, if you like up and down basketball, this is your game for sure. It's run and gun. And there's 2 for Essery. Nice move there. Yeah, way back in the day, I don't know if folks will remember the name Jerry Tarkanian for UNLV, but the old University of Nevada, Las Vegas teams, as Snow with 2 more there. So he's having himself a ball game in this first half, already with 12. The lead is 7. But those old UNLV teams college teams were really the first teams at any level that ran that wide open style. They were scoring like 90 to 100 points a night. And old Jerry Tarkanian, they called him the Tark. And he had some good teams out there at UNLV. And I don't think they ever won a national championship, but they were always in the hunt in the NCAA tournament. But they played that brand of basketball that was really exciting to watch, and nobody had ever seen it before, because everything was slower. And, that was, I think, even maybe before the three-point line was around in college basketball. But 58 seconds to go, and a 3-ball for Minter barely draws the iron. Essery got a chance, good pass up ahead to Robinson, and he'll score it. So El Dorado's going to cut it back to 27-22, and this has been a great first half here, and should be a very interesting second half, because it doesn't look like either one of these teams is going to be able to pull away. Collins the rebound. Robinson off the kick, around the back with the dribble. Foul on the baseline.
I could see El Dorado coming back in the fourth quarter here, tying it up. I jinxed us last night with that, didn't I?
You may have spoke too soon again, my friend. Essery off the about here. Morgan. Hey, I wouldn't necessarily mind an OT game after those first 2. Those were really, really lengthy deficits.
I think Lakland just didn't get off to a good start.
Right.
And they got behind quick.
Yeah.
And I think they just kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah, they did. That's exactly what it was. And Thompson got in foul trouble. Bergschneider got in some foul trouble. So, yeah, Madison just never got going tonight.
She did not.
And you got to give credit to Odessa, because they did a good job taking her away. And you could tell they were going to try to make another player beat them. And, Bergschneider had a good game, but just wasn't enough. So Collins at the line, and he got that one. So Eldo's going to get it back to 27-23.
There's one player in this entire tournament that nobody's been able to figure out. And I think you know who I'm talking about.
I sure do. As a 3 missing wide right, and that'll take us to halftime. So 27-23. Good ball game here in the boys' 5th place matchup, as El Dorado Springs trailing slightly to Kansas City East. I want to mention our sponsors. I want to thank Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, the Landmark Restaurant, Jim Rasick, Hankins Grain, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Collins, and would also like to thank C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing. They're, of course, also allowing us to stream live on their Facebook. Hobby Time Motorsports and Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. Of course, we're streaming on the Landmark page as well, Landmark Restaurant. Would love to send shout-out again as well to the El Dorado Chamber of Commerce. We're streaming on their Facebook page. Have been all week, and also on C-Square Embroidery's page as well. So it's been a fun week. We've had a blast, and it's one final day tomorrow for 4, and we started with 4, so I guess we'll end with 4.
That's right. That's right.
Tomorrow.
That's right. You know, talking about the El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce, they are just a stone throw away from another town that's actually involved in this tournament, and that would be Nevada. And you know, I'm kind of become a numbers geek when it comes to views and all that type stuff. And there are quite a few people that are watching on the El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, watching these games. And I just want to shout out to those people that thank you for watching. Thank everybody for watching. It's been great. We've had great numbers. This whole thing has been kind of an experiment. With the way that we stream. As far as I know, and I've checked and I've looked and I've looked and I've looked, no one else is doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
on the multiple platforms.
On the multiple platforms, as far as sports in this area, all the other companies that cover high school sports,
right?
They're going to a single platform or a YouTube page or just a Facebook page, the traditional way.
Mm-hmm.
But we looked at this probably a year ago, and I was like, you know what? I think this may be a better way for people to watch sports. So we made the decision and made the investment in order to do this. And I tell you what, it's working.
Mm-hmm.
We're reaching more people, or the way I like to put it is more people are getting the opportunity to see the games.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. So I just want to appreciate all those people who have been tuning in for this entire tournament, and I know there's a lot of people watching games that to see who their team's going to play. That always happens.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we got 7 minutes left. What are we going to talk about for the next?
Oh
7
my,
minutes?
we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Yeah. So
did we ever figure out that Osceola thing?
I don't think we did.
I
don't think we looked for that Misha score, and I don't think it had ever posted. But yeah, we were talking earlier about the Montrose Osceola girls game down there at the Osceola tournament that you were saying was a great matchup, and so we'd be curious to see. Maybe we'll know by tomorrow. We can mention that as well. But yeah, that's another good area tournament, of course, going on this week down there at Osceola High School, and
a lot of good teams. And I mean, Osceola girls are really good. The boys are struggling this year. I really wanted to watch that game so bad between Osceola and Montrose. Kind of a rematch because they went head-to-head in the championship at Appleton City.
Appleton, yeah.
And just Osceola was going to win, and then Montrose just reached in deep and tied it up, pushed overtime. So I wanted to see that game really bad because, I'm sure the Osceola girls were looking for some payback.
No doubt. Yeah, that was a good matchup down there for sure, and a lot of good people down there at Osceola. Dustin Schubert, principal down there, and they do a great job putting that tournament on.
Dusty Schubert and Stacy graduated together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tell you all the time. I mean, I got all kinds of ties to.
You do. Yeah, you are tied in, man.
Yeah, my parents.
Right around here. Yeah.
When they're not in Texas, they actually live in Lowry City.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm there all the time. I own property in Lowry City.
Okay.
Just catty-cornered from one of our sponsors, Jim Carvalho at the restaurant there, Landmark Restaurant. So yeah, of course, Osceola, and I used to actually shoot a lot of commercials down at in your neck of woods down there at Bolivar. The company that contracted all that out to me. Then it losing the contract with the cable company there, but I really did enjoy hanging out down there. I'm sure there's a name Rose Roten.
Oh yeah, Roten's home center down there. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of the staple businesses down there for years in Bolivar, down on the square.
Of course, she retired, and none of the family members took over.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
they would advertise a lot on the local cable. You'd see their commercial, and I'm sure they probably still do.
Yeah, those were my commercials.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I produced all those.
Yeah. Oh well, I've seen them then. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, they're one of the good local businesses, and we just got so many great local businesses, of course, here in the Clinton area as well. And we just want to thank all of them for supporting high school sports. It means a lot to the schools. The parents get to watch this. The folks that can't make it to the games get to watch it. Maybe you got a grandma or grandpa that live out of state, and so it just opens up the access, and then to be able to stream on multiple platforms and cover all the teams, because like you said, it's a good point, because they only have, like Warrensburg's here for Warrensburg or Nevada's here for Nevada, but we're able to bring you multiple teams and multiple games across the spectrum of platforms, so it really is a cool deal. Of course, you were mentioned earlier, Jenna Shipley, player. And I would just encourage folks, if you just like basketball, and obviously folks that maybe not interested whether Adrian wins or loses tomorrow, but just tune in and watch Jenna Shipley from Adrian. She'll be playing tomorrow at 2:00 in the girls' championship game. She's just one of those impressive players that if you appreciate basketball, you'll appreciate her style of play.
Exactly. And if they do not contain her,
yes,
there's no way that Nevada will win.
They're in trouble.
I'm just going to call it. I'm just going to call it right now.
I totally agree.
I've watched this girl play.
Yep.
And,
they're in trouble.
Nobody stopped this girl.
No, I mean, she had, just for context reference, she had 36 the other night against Clinton, and she averages 26, I think, a night. So she actually had even more than she usually does. But it's not just her scoring ability. As I've got a fly on me, I'm being attacked here. But it's her ability to not only guard the basketball, but she's a great rebounder. I mean, she's probably one of the best rebounding guards I've ever seen. And, I mean, I've seen a lot of high school basketball, so it's like you just don't see a guard. And she's not real tall either, but she just goes after the ball. She has a nose for the basketball.
Was it listed on their thing?
I was thinking about that.
Because I remember.
No, they don't have their heights listed.
She was playing right up against
Mia
Mills.
Yeah, she was.
And I looked at her, I was like, you know what? I think she's taller than she looks. Because she just matched up so well against Mia.
She does, because she's not taller than Mia, but she's athletic enough to stay with her. Yeah, that's true. She's one of those players that plays bigger than her size indicates.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
She's able to get that shot off. Good quickness, and they've got other girls that can go with her too. It's not just like they've got her, So
number 4, what is her name? I don't have those numbers in front of me.
I just had it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Pitts. Yeah, Bailey Pitts is a solid player and I've been impressed with Ford. She's been a good player in there for him. So I think Nevada better be ready to go tomorrow. Nevada's the top seed, but Nevada also has barely won games in some cases. Not only the one earlier in this tournament to Warrensburg, they barely beat them, but they barely beat Clinton earlier in the year. So they've got a good record, and they're the top seed. But I wouldn't have them as necessarily a favorite tomorrow to win that game. But if Adrian plays the way they're capable, but it really should be a good game. I mean, I think that'll be a really competitive game.
Well, all three of those teams that are your top 3 seeds, Nevada, Adrian, and Clinton, are just they're very solid. I think they got ranked right as far as where they put them in the seeds. One thing I will point out about Clinton, the girls, and I even asked Coach Rogers to confirm this, but every team that Clinton girls have lost to now has over 10 wins.
Wow. Okay. So well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And that shows you the tough schedule they played.
And that was before the tournament started.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
Clinton has gone up against some very good teams. And
have almost beaten some of those.
Yes, right.
Have played them right to the wire.
Nevada, what was it, 3 points?
3 points. Skyline was like maybe 8 or 9. They're another good team they've lost to. And also, of course, you mentioned this earlier as well, but I want to thank Coach Rogers for letting us know about the scoring record that Mia Mills broke. That's the all-time Clinton scoring record for girls basketball.
And boys.
Oh, and boys.
And the school record, period.
It's both.
Both.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I thought that was just the girls' record.
Nope.
Man, oh, man. Well, that's all you need to know right there. Mia Mills, what a career.
Yeah.
I mean, what a career. It's just a treat to watch her play, and we'll get to see her tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So the girls' third place will be at 11. That's Clinton and Warrensburg. Boys' third place will be Clinton and Lakland. That'll be at 12:30, and then we'll have the 2 championships starting at 2 for the girls, Adrian and Nevada, and then 3:30 for the boys. That's Grandview and Warrensburg. So we're back to action here as we start the second quarter, or second half, I should say. We got a great, great game right now, 27-23. KC East with a slight lead, neither team led by more than 10 in that entire first half. And a timeout here out of the gate. So KC East coaching staff not happy with something there on the setup. That was a quick timeout.
Well, maybe Eldo figured out their offense and came up with a good defense for it.
Gives us an opportunity, of course, to mention Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent Aaron Collins, our timeout sponsor.
Exactly.
So I really think, and I've been thinking about the Grandview Christian-Warrensburg matchup, and I think that's a game kind of like this game where you've got contrasting styles. You've got a team that's really athletic, that's got good size, Grandview, and then, Warrensburg, though, will have size of their own. I'll be real curious to see how those two guys from Warrensburg match up with the 2 6'7" kids from Grandview Christian. As we see El Dorado go zone, a little 2-3 to start.
Right. Well, one thing that I think Warrensburg may be in trouble with is they don't have a really good 3-shot.
Right.
And tall guys like that, you need that 3 bucket.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's a case where Warrensburg may have to come up with that 3 a little more than they're used to be able to get those big guys out away from the bucket. Travel here on Ivory. Turnovers are pretty even in this game. Foul shots are pretty even as well. And the score is, as you would expect, pretty much even. So 7 minutes to go in the third. Nice take by Esri, but couldn't quite finish. Boy, he had a step.
Oh, it looked good.
It sure did, and he was by the defender, just didn't go down, and Mosley out top.
I'm not really for sure what the record is right now, but we haven't really talked about it, is the El Dorado Springs girls and how well they're doing.
Yeah, they're having a good year. Do we know, are they in a tournament this week as well?
Yeah, they're in a tournament somewhere else.
Okay.
And, man, they would have fit this tournament really well.
Oh,
with all the competition here.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they've been ranked this year. Maybe they have. Stacy, is Eldo, were they one of them that were ever ranked? They were not. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, see, and I actually had seen them earlier in the year down at the Warsaw tournament, and I actually think they won that tournament. I think they beat Skyline, if my memory serves me. I'm going to double.
I think your memory is absolutely correct, because whenever I saw that, I was like, really?
Yeah.
They beat Skyline?
Yeah, I remember that, because, Eldo girls are good, but I don't think anybody expected them to beat Skyline. So, yeah, I'm going to double check that just to be sure, but.
They're one of those teams that when they get into districts that it's going to be that everybody overlooks them.
Right.
I could see that happening.
Oh, for sure.
And you see teams do that. They're like, well, we're gonna beat Eldo, and then we're probably gonna play this team or this team, and Eldo just clobbers them.
Yeah, if they and of course if their record is good, they're going to have a pretty high seed too. So they may not get overlooked as much as they would have in the past as they kick out of the double team. Minter out top. A little reversal for Mosley. But good aggressive defense here, man. This zone is being pretty effective right now for El Dorado as Robinson off the steal. So Bulldogs down 27-23. Good pass underneath McKinney.
Oh, nice patience there, but it didn't pay off.
Snow the rebound the other way, just throws it up off balance. He was wanting the foul, didn't get it. And Morgan with the rebound. And Collins right down the lane and a jump. Well, that one could have gone either way. I think they may have really could have possibly called a foul on that, but they called the jump.
We had McKinney down there. He fell and didn't get down the court.
Yeah.
And he didn't throw it to him.
They had a 4-on-1, so underneath at the other end, Robinson gets it inbounds. Esri missed it.
Oh, my statistician, Stacy, just confirmed that El Dorado Springs girls did make, in Class 3, number 10.
Number 10. Okay, yeah, I'm about to find their record here and schedule as well, as they're 18-1. And they did beat Skyline in that Warsaw tournament to win that 68-61. So very impressive. Their only loss is to Miller. And again, this is according to Misha, 53-47. They won the Stockton tournament. And it looks like they're playing in the 2020 Liberty Lady Eagle Classic. And would that be Mountain View Liberty? I don't know who that looks like. Liberty Mountain View Liberty. Okay, yeah, Mountain View Liberty tournament this week.
That's one thing I like to see is an opponent falls and he reaches down and picks him up.
Yeah, it's good.
I like to see that kind of atmosphere on the court.
But yeah, the Eldo girls, had they been in this tournament, they would have been the favorites because they've got looks like about as impressive as wins as you could have this year. Beat a good Fair Grove team as well.
Yeah.
And there's Esri. So we are back to 27-25. Bulldogs hanging tough. 4:40 left in the third. A lot of time to go. Mosley.
We have not seen a whole lot of scoring in the third period here.
Out top, Minter with the kick. Mohammed for three. No good. Rebound to Collins. They also beat Bolivar, the Eldo girls did, 61-39 earlier in the year. So they've got some big-time wins there.
Well, I'm telling you, they're just one of those teams that everybody's like, oh, okay. And, yeah.
Well, not this year. They'll be the favorite this year, maybe to win the district. And there's Morgan. Look at him. He was taking it in there strong, and Eldo playing with some confidence right now. Alford picks up the foul, and that'll be his first. Team foul 2, so he's going to have to come out of the ball game. Lonnie Snow returns for KC East. And Morgan with the three-point play opportunity, gets it to go, and look at this, James Hinkle. Eldo has the lead for the first time tonight, 28-27.
What did I say, man? Of course, we're not in the fourth period, but
right.
Fourth quarter. But
and it's turned because of this zone. I mean, I like the way Coach Braden did this. He went to the zone. It's kind of extended on the wings, and it's bothered KC East. They haven't figured it out to this point.
If you remember, right off the bat, KC East took a timeout.
Right.
Right at the beginning of the third period.
Yeah, because I think he saw the zone and said, hey, we got to get in a set. But right now they haven't been able to beat it. They've got the high post, but they're just letting him front that high post. There they get it in behind the defense, which is exactly how you beat the zone. You want that underneath guy to get lower than the backside defender, and that's exactly what they did. So Tobin cuts it to a one-point advantage, or I should say extends it to a one-point advantage for East, 29-28.
Well, you see, they came out, they changed their defense, and it's worked. We now have a game that's separated by 1 point. And Eldo was even in the lead for a little bit.
Esri out top for Collins. There's a nice little cut off the screen. That was a great play set. Man, that was beautiful. And that's McKinney for two.
Yeah, well,
they set the double pick out top, and they ran McKinney off of it, around it. That is just perfect execution there. So 1 point lead, Eldo back on top. And it's going to be KC East ball underneath. Snow will throw it in. And Tevin Garnger returns for the Bulldogs.
Not a whole lot of fouls in this so far.
Yeah, it's really been a pretty clean game.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot in that first half, which was refreshing. In that first girls game, we were in the bonus, I think, about 6 minutes into the or with 6 minutes in the second quarter left.
Well, Thompson ended up fouling out, and was it Thompson that fouled out?
Bergschneider. Yeah, well,
Yeah, okay.
I'm actually talking about the game before that, the Hogan
okay.
Prep game
Hogan
that
Prep.
we had a lot of fouls in that last one too with Odessa and Lakland, but that first one with Hogan Prep and Harrisonville, there was a bunch. I think we probably had more fouls in that game than we have in any game in the tournament thus far.
Well, Hogan Prep girls had to have been tired.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they played 3 games.
3 ball for
Wow.
Robinson. So Robinson from downtown, big shot, makes it 33-29. Yeah, Hogan Prep was playing with 6 kids tonight.
Yeah. And they only brought 7 to begin with at the beginning of the tournament.
There's Snow, though, with an answer. So Lonnie Snow having a big game. He's got 14. Robinson leads the way for Eldo. He's got 11. So we got 2 players in double figures right now. Coming down to the end of the third quarter, and it's been a pretty quick third quarter because we haven't had a lot of fouls, as James said. So Robinson left side here up top for Morgan. Man-to-man defense for East. Almost a walk by McKinney. Robinson up top, little head fake. And a beautiful move. That's an excellent job by Preston. Seeing some really smooth offensive basketball. These two teams are passing it well, handling it well, not a lot of turnovers. And here's a foul. Offensive foul on Tobin. So that's going to be his first big call there. 35-31, so slight lead for El Dorado. But, yeah, it's been a really well-played ball game thus far. So McKinney, it's kind of interesting. They let McKinney bring the ball up a little bit. He's a taller guy, usually a post guy, but he'll handle the ball up top, kind of like a point guard. Morgan looking for the back cut, nothing there. I like the way Eldo cuts. They move well without the ball. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Esri, good look at a three. Got it.
Oh, wow. I mean, Eldo has really came out in the second half and made some adjustments. And
They
wow.
have. Yeah, they're clicking right now. That was a great offensive possession. They moved the ball, they cut, and then they got the good look and hit the three. Yeah, this zone is giving East problems, and the problem is snow up there is not moving like you're supposed to be able to at the high post area. That's where that high post guy against the zone, he's got to be able to move, and he can't just let the two guys that are up top there stand in front and just deny that post, because you at least have to keep them honest that you can throw it to that post guy to look for the underneath look against the zone. So Collins, there's a backdoor look. And Garinger tried to give it back to Morgan, and it's last touch. They're going to say last touch by whom here? KC East, they say last to touch it. McKinney will throw it in for El Dorado. They lead at 38-31. They trailed the whole first half, but have gotten the lead here in the second half, and they add to it.
It looks like, was that two in a row?
Yes, Esri, couple threes for him. And what a third quarter for El Dorado Springs as they take a 41-31 lead into the fourth quarter. Excellent job for the Bulldogs. Great team passing, discipline, got some good three-point looks, and they made East work, and they have gotten the lead back, and it's going to be quite the fourth quarter here.
I tell you what, that was a fun quarter.
Yeah, that was about as fundamentally sound of one quarter of basketball as you could have for El Dorado Springs. They came out, adjusted with the zone, and then were knocking down some shots. And I really felt like they had good looks in the first half. They just didn't go down. But kind of that second half, you keep shooting, and they'll go down. And these kids can shoot the ball. I mean, Esri and Robinson and Collins are all good shooters. I mean, they've got good form, you can tell, and they can put the ball up from three. So, but all the momentum with El Dorado. We'll see how the fourth quarter plays out. Final 8 minutes.
You know, they came out and they ran the zone defense, and it's definitely working.
Yeah, East will have to adjust and try to get that. And it's kind of interesting because they were getting the ball inside, East was, against the man-to-man. But against the zone, they've struggled. Of course, the zone is designed to take your post play away, and it has. So that's where East will have to adjust a little bit and see if they can get back to their game, which is get the ball inside. So we start the final 8. El Dorado on top, 41-31. This is the fifth place matchup here on the boys' side of the bracket here at the Clinton tournament. So out top, Snow, who's had a good ball game, kicks it into the corner. They get the open three, and it rolls out, but there's Snow again with the putback. So Lonnie Snow has been a force inside for this East team. He's got 14 and a steal and a jam. Another big-time dunk. And that was Kevin Williams putting it down. And he almost got another steal. And here's a three in the corner by McKinney, and he gets the roll. So El Dorado, they have gone off from three. They've hit 4 of them here in the second half. And it shifted this game. 44-35, Bulldogs lead. They stay in the 2-3. Lewis left corner to Williams, pass stolen. There's Esri with the steal. One-on-one at the other end. Shot missed, and the rebound taken down by Mohammed. And Snow will back it out top, reset. Williams, little jab step. Oh, my, that was a teardrop. That one drew some rain, James. That was so high. Little floater. That was like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shot there.
I'm looking down, and, of course, my production screen here is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So that disappeared.
It went out of the shot.
Yeah,
it was
did.
so high.
I was just
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
Yeah, that was soft touch there by Williams. So
In fact, I didn't even see it go in.
44-37.
Well, we got a 10-inch tablet, and I'm looking. What you're seeing is in a quarter of my screen.
Right.
So
Yeah, that was
it's sometimes hard to watch, or see the details.
So here's McKinney off the inbounds look. Kansas City East making a little run though here. And now a travel on Garinger. Turnover will be the 12th of the ball game for El Dorado Springs, and neither team has turned over that much. Kansas City East has 7 on the night.
It's really been a good game. So,
Williams trying to go backdoor, stolen by Morgan. Nice play. Gavin Morgan's played a really good game defensively tonight for El Dorado. He's got 4 steals. Oh, a near steal there. Williams overplaying in the passing lane a little bit. Robinson back to Esri. Garinger off the kick. Esri has got the hot hand. How about another? Nope, missed that one. A little too short. Minter for 3. No. Oh, Garinger, he went behind his back and I think was trying to get that over to Morgan, and then he goes and saves it. He saved his own pass in bounds.
He did.
That was a heck of a play.
He looked like he was just going to take a seat out there in
Yeah.
the stands, too.
No kidding. That was worthy almost of a replay for sure. Minter the other way, and they get an open bucket. Wow. Quickly down the floor, Peavy with the finish. Timeout El Dorado. So just like that, it's 44-39. Kansas City East getting a couple buckets here in the open floor with 4:58 to go in the ball game. Want to thank Aaron Collins, Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent here locally in Clinton, for all your insurance needs.
Absolutely. I hope everybody in El Dorado is enjoying the games, and I know that El Dorado is struggled a little bit in this tournament, but I just want to thank everybody for giving the likes and the shares and doing all that, and helping their friends and neighbors see the game. We're really enjoying this multi-streaming platform that we can reach out and get the games out to more people. And I just want to thank everybody for their kind words and their messages that they've sent us. We've had quite a bit. So now we're going to get back to some ball game.
4:58 to go, and this one could be coming down to the final possession. It's been pretty close all the way through, and El Dorado put together a great third quarter to get the lead back. I think the deficit was only 7 at half, so it's just been really, really close and just really well played. Both teams have shot it well. El Dorado 5 threes on the night. Most of KC East's points have come inside, and here East is going to change their defense up. They're going to go to the press. El Dorado able to break it, though, into the corner. And they do a good job getting into the half-court set. Hand check. Mosley called for the foul out top. Team foul 5. El Dorado has not had a team foul as of yet in the second half. So Mosley got his second personal.
That might be an advantage for them at the in the last few minutes here.
Yeah, very
especially if Kansas City East can close the
Robinson again for 3. So him and Esri have warmed up the nets, and now a deflection, good hustle by Robinson, and then diving into the bench. Look out.
Got bodies flying everywhere.
Yeah, that was
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Great hustle by Esri, and a good job. And they're going to say that was off of East last. And of course, Robinson was the one to touch it or to deflect it. And now El Dorado with the possession, leading 47-39. Trailed the whole first half, but got the lead in the third and have never relinquished it since. They back it out. Esri to set it up. But they've had really good half-court execution. Yeah, there they tried the back cut, but Snow was ready for it as Morgan's pass is kicked, and then I think we get a foul on Morgan. Yeah, Gavin has played a great defensive game tonight and picks up his second foul. That's just the first team foul on El Dorado Springs, though. So 3:50 to go in the ball game, coming down the home stretch here in this boys' fifth place matchup. Minter left side, out top it goes for Williams. Mosley now right baseline on the drive and a block on Morgan. So 2 quick ones on Gavin Morgan. That'll get him to 3. Well, no, actually they gave it to Collins. So Collins his first. And it's KC East ball underneath. Snow to throw it in. Trying to get that lob into Ivory. Tipped out Minter. Back inside Snow. Good pass, missed it. And Ivory right back on the backboard to get it and put it in.
What great teamwork there with Kansas City East.
And a steal. Steal for Snow. 3 on 2. And he missed the shot. Well, that's a rare miss at the basket for Snow.
Kind of an alley-oop there a little bit.
And now McKinney the other way. And a foul called on the floor.
We're getting a little.
So 3:14 to go here in the ball game in a 6-point game. El Dorado Springs with it. Yeah, and that's where El Dorado just going to have to adjust with the press. And this is where a team like Kansas City East has got really good length. I mean, it's tough when you're playing a 2-2-1 style press with the length and the ability to get in the passing lanes with the athleticism. Here's a great drive by McKinney and scores it. What a dribble drive. McKinney with the finish. And now Minter at the other end, missing the shot off the glass. And we get a foul before the shot, I believe. I don't think they counted that. And Morgan just got number 3. Tobin back in here for East in a moment. And Jesse Minter to the line for the Bears. Missed the first. One more coming up. Neither team has really shot a lot of free throws, obviously, because we haven't had a lot of fouls. Just 4 free throw attempts the entire game for El Dorado and 6 for East. So the second one no good, and that goes out of bounds. So El Dorado Springs with the ball, still holding a 49-41 lead. And now it's going to come down, I think, James, to whether they can handle this pressure. Because, Kansas City East, they're going to want to press probably the rest of the way in this game. Collins gets it across. Coach Braden over there calling out the set. Backdoor cut, Esri. Morgan high post, passes up the shot. Good move, just backs it out. Use a little clock. Well, McKinney, he can handle the ball. We saw him a moment ago with that nice dribble drive. There's the high post pass. They look for that back cut. It's not there. Good job by Collins, not forcing the pass. And a foul. So good job by El Dorado, using a little clock, being patient. And that's critical right now because East, they want to get that rebound, get out and run. And so the more deliberate you can be on offense, the better, I think, right now for the Bulldogs. McKinney for a bonus shooting situation, and first one good, so he'll have another. That gets it to 50-41. And that one off the front of the iron. East crashing the boards is Tobin with the rebound. Going to have an exciting finish here, I think. Yeah. Mosley, Ivory in the corner. And a travel.
Yeah, and Kansas City East, they've got another problem here. They're in some foul trouble. So that's going to come back and bite them now that they may have to start fouling to stop the clock.
Good job beating the press there, getting the ball to the middle of the floor. So El Dorado struggled with that press when they first went to it, but they've handled it better. And there's a great backdoor cut, but Esri just couldn't quite finish it. Had the perfect play set up, and then Ivory loses the dribble. Stolen by Robinson. They got a 2-on-1, and Robinson missed it, but Esri there to get the follow. Nice job.
We'll hit the instant replay on that one.
Absolutely, and that has been
Great
a problem.
Teamwork.
It's been a problem for East, the turnovers here in this fourth quarter. They have not taken care of the ball as well as they did in the first half, as Snow will come back in now for East. But El Dorado just played really good half-court offense. They've hit those back cuts. They've been patient and hit their threes. They haven't forced anything. They adjusted to the press as they get the rebound. And that's just good coaching by Coach Braden and his staff to be able to settle them down a little bit there, and because it could have swung, but they didn't relinquish the lead even when East made that run. Now Williams will commit the foul out on the left side, and now we may be in a spot where Kansas City East may try to extend this game, James, by fouling. They do, well, they don't have any fouls to give at this point.
Nope.
So they may be in a position where they have no choice, even though Eldo's in the bonus. But this game just shifted in that third quarter. El Dorado took control of the ball game. Collins hit some big shots. Esri hit a couple big threes. And Esri hits the first free throw here, so he's got 15 points tonight for El Dorado, 16 for Robinson, and now 16 for Esri. So 54-41. Pressure is on Kansas City East. Minter in the corner, goes baseline, throws it out for Williams. And Snow lost the handle on it, and it's picked up by Morgan with under a minute to go. Robinson, Esri, bucket, good, and that probably is going to do it. 50 seconds to go, and man, what a second half for El Dorado as they put it all together. And he's going to have a three now and foul at that, and it goes down.
Wow.
Yeah, so Mosley banks one in, so still a little bit of life here for East. They got to try and foul now. They're just letting way too much time run off. Oh, they get the steal. Snow to Williams. No good, but he's fouled. So free throw for Williams. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised there, James. They didn't foul immediately. They really need to, obviously, because the clock is not in their favor. Just 24.8 left. So these are some big free throws here. Even if Williams hits these both, it would still be a two-possession game. That makes it 56-45.
It can be done.
Oh, yeah.
It can be done.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
And he does get both his shots in. So
those are two big ones. But now you got a foul here.
They got a foul.
Yeah, they're trying to
not
go.
doing it.
They tried to go for the steal. Yeah, just back it out if you're Collins. That's what Coach Braden. Oh no,
he did get the steal.
Took it away. Yeah, they should have just backed that out. And Minter's going to lay it in, but 9 seconds to go. Still two possessions. And are they even going to foul? Well, now it would be pointless. And this game's over, folks. Wow.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
There you go, man.
What a win for El Dorado. They come from behind in the third quarter. They take control of the game, and they close it out with a 56-48 win to take fifth place here this year in the 2020 Clinton Tournament. What a performance for Coach Braden and his team in the second half. They have 18 points on the night from Esri, 16 from Collins, and they needed every one of those in the second half. But, boy, that was what you call a tale of two halves. Even though El Dorado never trailed by that many points in the first half, they only trailed, I think, by 6 at the half. So it was close all the way through, but El Dorado took control of the ball game and did a great job closing this one out. And what a performance. So you just can't say enough about the effort, James Hinkle, and the offense was great down the stretch when they needed it. They took care of the basketball, and they adjusted when KC East put a little pressure on them. So a very good win here for El Dorado as they come out of this tournament at 1-2.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is it me or is that frozen like that? Wow, has it been like that for a while?
Oh, the scoreboard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, our scoreboard
Yeah,
cam.
I turned our scoreboard cam around so that we could, do a little sign-off here, but what went wrong?
I don't know.
Technology,
Technology, that's right. It's great when it works.
So, but anyway,
yeah.
good games tonight. There was the first two were a little
lopsided.
Yeah, they were a little
this was
lopsided.
by far the best
This was
game.
a really good game.
It really was.
Yeah.
Well played, up and down.
There we go.
Pace,
Chris has got the camera on us.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Thank you. Now we'll wave.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, he's got the long ranger on us. So
yeah.
So yeah, great day again here as we wrap up day number 5 of the tournament. And James, we got one more to go, and the big day tomorrow. We got the two Third place games, girls will start at 11. We'll have Clinton and Warrensburg. 12:30 will be the boys' third place. That's Clinton and Lakland. We get ready for the girls' championship then at 2. That will be, of course, Adrian taking on Nevada. And then to close out the day, and the tournament will be at 3:30. That'll be the boys' championship with Grandview Christian taking on Warrensburg.
All right. Well, we're going to sign off here, but first we have some obligations. Got to mention all of our sponsors. That would be Primitive Old Crow, Oak Star Bank, Landmark Restaurant, Jim Rasick on the Loop, Hankins Grain. Of course, our timeout sponsor tonight has been Missouri Farm Bureau, Aaron Collins. Our graphic sponsors, as you can see there on your screen, is C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Primitive Old Crow as well, Hobby Time Motorsports, Bernard Tax and Bookkeeping. Of course, we've been streaming on multiple platforms through this entire tournament. Of course, that was C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Primitive Old Crow, the Landmark. Of course, Sounds Like Videos, YouTube. We hope it's a YouTube. It's working. It's been broken for something. So
Yeah, we'll have to get that.
I tried to figure that out
Yeah.
today. I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll just roll with it. Of course, on Facebook, and then. Yes, El Dorado Springs. Hey, guys, congratulations on the win tonight.
Very,
I'm so glad.
Very
that,
well done. Very well-deserved win as well.
Yes, and I'm glad that they were able to enjoy it there at home on their own El Dorado Springs Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. My name's James Hinkle, and with Sounds Like Videos, I'm here with Spencer Edwards, and we are out of here.